Haul's been good this year. And more My Hero Academia stuff. So you caught some of the chaos, which was Christmas morning. We're going to take the dog for a walk now, so I'm going to take a little bit of footage as we go along the beach. Doggies on their outing. Let's go, doggies. Definitely wearing the wrong shoes for the beach. Isn't this so epic though? I don't really need it to be hot. I just need it to be beach. Happy doggos! So this is going to be my last holiday before the baby arrives. All kinds of feelings about it, but honestly, like, I'm excited and I'm glad that, you know, Peppa got a little bit of a holiday. It's going to be really different coming here with a baby.
This one just goes straight in the same, because I wanted to see if the 3D printed one would be. Oh, in width. That's like perfect width for that then. And they were like,
Hello! Just doing our daily walk by the beach. Happy! I'll see you in your haircut.
this didn't do Guinness.
This was the place that we had food at the other day, but I didn't get any footage because I didn't know how to work my camera. I didn't have a lot of time to sort of do a lot of talking to camera, which is probably a relief for you guys, to be honest. But yeah, I just wanted to, just talk a little bit about my time here. It's been really relaxing. I always forget how much I need this. I'm not very good at taking breaks. For people that know me in real life know that it's just one of those things that I just forget to do. I realise how much I actually need it. It's so tempting just to keep going when, you know, you've got task after task to do. It's been really nice actually to have Peppa get on well with my in-laws' dogs. I was quite worried because she's just very much only child syndrome. She doesn't get to play with other dogs like off leash a lot. It was nice to spend extended amounts of time around other animals so that she can get socialised a little bit more. And she loved it, which was really, really lovely to see. It makes me feel a little bit guilty that I don't, you know, arrange more puppy play dates. So if anyone's local and in London and wants to have some puppy play dates, then please do hit me up. I'd be more than happy to like meet you somewhere in a park or something, and we can chat shit and walk our dogs. I feel like I've changed as a person over this pregnancy. The other thing that's been really cool to see is that I've seen changes in my partner. I think that this sort of thing can be make or break for relationships. Sometimes men just can't handle it, you know, the responsibility, the whatever it is. But no, Ben's been really good. He's a lot more concerned and attentive to the point where I'm just sort of like, where was all of this, before I got pregnant? I'm glad that he is really putting in a lot of effort, and we've been spending a lot of time talking about things that we don't want to do as parents rather than things that we want to do as parents. It's just more like, how do we break these generational curses? And that's been a really interesting conversation, hasn't it? In general, unpacking everything and just really doing a lot of mental and emotional decluttering. I think that if you are in your third trimester and debating whether you want to go away on holiday, I think you should do it. It just gets harder, I think. I was really struggling walking anywhere or doing anything, which is why I don't really have a lot of footage. There's loads of really cool stuff to do on the island, but we're here off season, so things are closed, and it was all like rainy, drizzly, freezing cold, and also extremely pregnant. I had to really be careful with my energy and where I went, but I'm glad we took some daily walks. We went down to the beach. We went down to Shanklin. I just kept getting worried that I was just going to get stuck somewhere. Normally we take really epic walks, that are hours long, but I could only manage a few minutes. The size I am at the moment kind of feels like my hips are falling apart. So yeah, I just had to be a little bit more careful with my body, and I was a lot more aware of just how hard it is to get around in your third trimester. I would say that definitely the second trimester was easier. First trimester I couldn't get out of bed, I was so sick. But the third trimester has just been like I said, I need 1 to 2 business days in order to get anywhere, or to get out from a chair, or to get out of bed. So yeah, I definitely would recommend getting one of them pregnancy belts. We've got a trip back home, and then we've got a New Year's celebration at some point to do. Nothing too special, it's just something quite quiet. Again, I don't have too much energy to do an all-nighter or anything like that. We might be hosting something quite small, at our place. And then roll on 2025. So it's been a couple of days since we returned from the Isle of Wight. Do you ever feel like you need a vacation from a vacation? I always feel like I do. So we're back, and yeah, we had a very quiet New Year's with a couple of friends over for a few quiet drinks, saw the fireworks on the TV, and just generally had a really quiet evening, which was lovely. I thought I'd film a little bit more and close out this video just by talking about how I feel like 2024 went and how I want to manifest, 2025. For me anyway, it's been quite a challenging year. Things didn't go my way in a lot of ways. The holiday was really good. It was much needed. It always is when I go to the Isle of Wight. But I think that me and my partner are realising that I think it's just the general nature of just living quite far away from family, is that we are very much on our own when it comes to raising this child. I'm trying to just come to terms with the fact that this is my responsibility, right? And I can't feel entitled to help. And that's been quite difficult to accept, especially when you see friends with real support networks, like aunts, uncles, grandparents sort of in the picture, whereas I can literally count on one hand the number of people that I feel like I might be able to call upon to help. And a lot of you might be feeling in a similar sort of situation where you might be living hours away from family, or even maybe you're in a different country. It's terrifying, isn't it? I'm certainly feeling it. So for any of you that are going through that, then, you know, I feel you. I feel your fear. And I just hope that we'll be okay. Yeah, 2024 had like quite a few. I would say that it was a year of the highest highs and lowest lows. So at the beginning of 2024, I was still sort of processing a lot of grief from the miscarriage that I suffered the previous year. And then obviously I got pregnant again in the summer. So it was just like a whole roller coaster of emotions. As soon as I started to medicalize the process of getting pregnant, it just filled me with a lot of anxiety and a lot of like, this is just, it's just not for me. It's not happening the way that I want it to. Yeah, it was difficult. It was really difficult. And then on top of that, there was stuff going wrong at work. Not stuff going wrong with the business. It's just that I guess I feel like things started to fall apart when I couldn't stabilize things, no matter how hard I tried. And that's part of the fallout of, all of the redundancies and project cancellations and stuff that's been going on in the games industry recently. Obviously, if projects get cancelled, our contracts get cancelled as an outsourcing company. So it does have like a knock-on effect. It was a tough year. It was a tough year for everybody in game development. And then if we fast forward to the summer where I found out that I was pregnant, I was just overjoyed, but obviously really scared because I found out quite early and I told people quite early because I did want to have like a small window of joy just in case. I didn't have a lot of support the previous year and I definitely suffered with my mental health over it, like blaming myself. Was a smoker and I felt like it was all my fault. This time round, I'm terrified that I'll do anything wrong. So I'm trying to be extremely careful and I have been exceptionally paranoid. I'm just trying my best, like everybody's trying their best, right? I'm happy talking about it now because I'm so close to the finish line. It's extremely unlikely that anything bad is going to happen at this stage. I'm just excited, still worried, but excited and really looking forward to it. I'm not like the hugest fan of resolutions. To my understanding anyway, resolutions are just sort of vague commitments. I'm going to give up smoking, I'm going to be a better person or whatever. But goals are something that is sort of specific and measurable. So I prefer, goal setting. And in the next week or so, I'll be putting together my vision board for 2025 to try and manifest some things. I do have a resolution, just because I don't know how I can sort of phrase it into like a specific or measurable goal. Obviously, I want to be a kinder and more empathetic person, but I don't want to do it to the detriment of my mental health and sacrificing my values as somebody who does like to people please a lot. I put myself in positions where I am giving a lot of myself and not expecting to receive much. But I feel like in 2025, I really do need help. I want my relationships to feel like there is a give and take. I just want my relationships to feel a little bit more balanced and more mutually beneficial. But I do have some specific goals as well, and this is just part of like my yearly ritual. First one obviously is related to me being a first-time mum. I really want to prioritize spending time with my newborn. As equally worried as I am about, my career, I'm worried that I'm not going to be a very good mother. Just to give myself some targets, right? I'm just going to dedicate at least 2 hours a day of dedicated play with the baby, because they're never going to be that small ever again, right? And I just want to really remember that and just sort of revel in it. So that is something I'm actually really looking forward to. I also want to prioritize my health and mental well-being. I do want to actually take maternity leave and to not rush coming back to work. But on the flip side, if I feel like I'm climbing the walls and feeling miserable, then to allow myself to jump into a couple of meetings and, do a little bit of work if I want to. Do things that are going to make me feel good and feel a little bit more like me. Tying that in, I want to create a more flexible working schedule, and I do generally have quite a flexible working schedule because I do a lot of my admin from home, but I do need to try to negotiate that a little bit better with the university. Obviously with Aragon Pixel we're fully remote, so that's never been a problem. Work when I can, drop it when I have to. I don't want to let any clients down, so I still need to figure out how I'm going to do that. I want to continue expanding my business network. That is something I really don't want to drop because that is the lifeblood of the company. I want to, even after the baby is born, I want to attend a conference or an event in person at least once a quarter. I really don't want to stop doing that. And another thing that I would like to do that I didn't quite do in 2024 that I'm going to try and kick up again is to have a video call with a new person at least every other week. So I would really like that to happen in 2025, which I feel is pretty reasonable considering that I've got a newborn. I'd like to finish and launch Nephilim Resurrection, which is a game that we're working on at the moment, and I'll talk to you a little bit more about that. Ideally, I kind of want that out by the summer if I can line up all of our partners, just to build my online presence and continue with this YouTube channel, continue posting to TikTok. I want to try to grow, engage my audience, and just be able to share my journey as a first-time mum. And I hope that it's useful to anybody that's in the games industry or is, pregnant for the first time, or in a woman in tech that is just trying to figure out how to do this motherhood thing while still being a professional. The last thing is to finish my first PhD paper. That is something that I'd really, really, really want to do. That would be the first out of 3 that I would need to complete. I feel like the maternity leave is going to give me a lot of space to be able to do that. I've got wonderful colleagues that are going to be covering for me. I think that I'll be able to manage it. It's quite an ambitious plan. These are goals that I'll be setting regardless of whether a baby was here or not. We'll see how any of it pans out. But I've got high hopes because I'm me and I know I can do it. There'll be a couple of things that I drop. There'll be probably a few things that I'm not going to hit, but I can definitely give it a good go. And yeah, I think I might just end the video here because you've probably seen enough of my face for this week. I'm going to try and upload weekly. We'll see if I can ramp it up, but I think that this is a pretty good pace that I'm comfortable with. But you tell me what you would like to see a little bit more of, and I'll see you next time. So bye.